This is a picture of myself and Dave Atwell, friend of my high school friend. This is the day he went up to Canada to avoid the draft.
Yeah.
Okay. His mother pointed out, she took the picture and she pointed out there was a flag behind me and Dave's giving the peace signal. I had just got out of the service. I was done for the service. I'm back from Vietnam. I was home. Dave wanted to go to Canada to avoid the draft, and he asked me if I would go along with him for moral support. So I said, sure. So his mom and I took Dave up, and when you go into Canada, back at that time, the Canadian government could not ask you if you were there to avoid the draft. They weren't allowed to. What you did was you just told them you apply for landed immigrancy, which gives you time. You can get a job, you can work, and you have so many times to apply for citizenship. That's how immigrants came to Canada at the time. So, but when we were at clearing customs into Canada, Dave realized that he didn't have a photo. You needed like a passport photo to put with your papers. So Dave says, well, maybe let me rethink this. So I said, no. We'll go to a 5 and 10 cent store, and they got those photo booths. For a quarter, you can get a photo.
Yeah.
So we did that, and Dave often laughs that if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have gone to Canada, but it wasn't true. But anyway, Dave's been up there. He was there all his life. He's still there. We still keep in touch. We still argue politics. And he's a great friend, a dear friend. The difference between Dave and a lot of my other friends at the time that were in the peace movement was Dave never judged me. He respected my decisions, and I respected his. When Dave applied for Conscientious Objector at the time, and they turned him down because one of the questions was, are you against all war? And Dave knew he was supposed to say yes. Dave can't lie. So he said, no, this war I don't like. So, no. So he tried his best. He tried to get in the Peace Corps. He'd do any alternate service. Finally, he made that decision. And I was the best man at his wedding, and we've been good friends ever since. He has dual citizenship. All the guys that went to Canada were granted amnesty, immunity. I don't know which president it was, Jimmy Carter, I think. Dave has family here. He comes to the States once in a while, and I see him. But he's more Canadian than he is American. But great person. We've been friends all our lives. And this is a poem I wrote concerning my friend Dave Atwell and myself. It's called Two Friends. Two friends, two choices. One chose exile, the other war. I'm leaving tomorrow, Canada, landed immigrancy. Will you go up with me? Of course. Thank you. I know I couldn't have done this without your help. You're going back, right? Yes, I have to. Will we always be friends? Of course. And we still are.
Yeah.
He said, I'm really lucky that you and me are doing this.
Yeah. Oh, you talked to him?
I just told him, I texted him that we were doing a, documentary. He was doing a documentary on some of my experience, Vietnam experience.
Yeah.
And he thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, I'm lucky.